Hello, curious readers. Welcome back to Pim's Peculiar Past, where we plunge into the most peculiar puddles of history. Today, we're tapping into a frothy tale from the heart of London. Yes, it's time to raise a glass to one of the most unusual disasters ever recorded, the London beer flood of 1814. So grab a pint, or maybe just a thimble, and let's dive in. A brewery with a bang. Our story begins at the Mule and Company Brewery in Tottenham Court Road. This brewery was home to some of the biggest beer vats in the world, including one massive 22-foot-tall tank holding over 135,000 gallons of porter, a dark, rich beer that was the drink of choice for many Londoners. The Great Beer Escape. On October 17, 1814, a disaster struck. One of the iron hoops around the giant vat snapped, causing a catastrophic failure. The enormous wooden tank burst open, unleashing a tidal wave of beer. Imagine a river of beer gushing through the streets of London. Sounds like a dream come true for some, right? Well, not quite. A deluge of destruction. The force of the beer tsunami was enough to knock down the brewery's walls and flood the surrounding streets. The beer wave, reported to be 15 feet high in places, swept through the St. Giles Rookery, a densely populated slum. Houses crumbled under the pressure, and cellars quickly filled with the boozy deluge. Tragically, 8 people lost their lives, either drowned in beer or crushed by debris. Beer bash or tragedy? While the image of a beer flood might sound amusing at first, the reality was far from it. Many of the victims were poor residents of the St. Giles area. However, Londoners being Londoners, some did find a way to turn the situation into a macabre form of merriment. People reportedly scooped up beer in pots, pans, and anything else they could find, while others soaked it up with sponges. Legal hangover. The brewery was taken to court over the disaster, but in a twist as bizarre as the flood itself, the incident was deemed as an act of God. The brewery was not held responsible for the damages, despite the clear need for stronger vats. The owners even claimed back the duty that they had paid on the lost beer, a small silver lining for their significant financial loss. Echoes through time. The London beer flood remains a sobering, pun intended, reminder of how even the most unlikely of disasters can have serious consequences. Today, it stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of history and the resilience of the human spirit. Plus, it gives us an excuse to tell our friends, remember that time London literally flooded with beer? The legacy lives on. Next time you enjoy a pint, take a moment to think of the Londoners who experienced a flood of a different kind. It's a quirky slice of history that proves truth is often stranger than fiction. And a reminder to always check the structural integrity of your giant beer vats. That's all for today's peculiar plunge into the past. Until next time, keep your pints filled and your history glasses polished. Cheers! Pim. Do you have an unusual piece of history for Pim to research? Email us your suggestions at beastlybanterblog@gmail.com.